When you look at financing solutions and logistics solutions, you can't use any of the incumbents because in the United States, the federal government doesn't allow it. Since its launch, LeafLink has worked with its trusted partners to build the largest logistics network in cannabis, delivering over $325 million a year. B2B marketplace in cannabis means that the business customers on a LeafLink are your retailers, and your producers are your, farmers and growers, and they're connecting the two. Next topic is around the cannabis industry. So there's this company, LeafLink. We did a top 50 B2B marketplace ranking. They were one of our top 10, LeafLink. So they've raised over $350 million, about $379 million to be exact. That $379 million number is a mixture of debt and equity. They got a massive debt fundraise for about $250 million, $250 million in the summer of 2020. So they got over about $125 million, $129 million of equity fundraising, and then about $250 million in debt. So they said over 10,000 cannabis businesses use LeafLink to transact over $4.6 billion in wholesale commerce. And they process over $430 million in payment volume. B2B marketplace in cannabis means that the business customers on a LeafLink are your retailers, and your producers are your, farmers and growers, and they're connecting the two. They're offering like point of sale and different, e-commerce and digital solutions for the retailer. That's the $430 million in payment volume annually that they're talking about. They estimate that 42% of the U.S. wholesale cannabis order flows go through their marketplace. So they're not doing $4.6 billion annually, but this does give you a view into the world of the size of the wholesale market. So now they're launching a logistics offering. The cannabis industry, it's state by state, right? Federally, this stuff is still not allowed. So all these rules are state by state. So when they do this press release, they're talking about, here's what we're doing in these states versus those states, because it's all different rules. Since its launch, LeafLink has worked with its trusted partners to build the largest logistics network in cannabis, delivering over $325 million a year. But here's the broader point. When you do a B2B marketplace, or really any marketplace, B2C marketplace, B2B marketplace, there's two key value-added services that you layer on as the marketplace. One is financing solutions, payments, net payment terms, kind of credit, insurance. Roll those all up into financing solutions. Escrow was Alibaba's, that's how Ant Financial came to be, was providing an escrow service. So financing and then logistics. And so that's basically the way this stuff goes. You once you get your marketplace going to scale, especially if you don't charge a take rate, as a B2B marketplace, then you really are looking at how you can layer on other value-added services like financing and logistics to really kind of close the loop, provide a stickier value prop, provide a more seamless transaction experience, which is going to increase your GMV, and it's going to give you other ways to drive margin. Or as what we're seeing with B2B marketplaces, I don't think LeafLink would even be allowed to do this, have a take rate just given the laws. But other marketplaces will try and add more value-added services so that they can take a take rate if they're not taking a take rate today. If they're not taking a take rate today, they have maybe more of a SaaS revenue business model. Then value-added services could be a mechanism to unlock the ability for the marketplace to take a take rate. Last point on this is the third bucket is advertising dollars. The thing with ad dollars, though, is ad dollars, you can do financing and value and logistics as value-added services before you get to ad dollars. To really do ads successfully, you need to have massive, massive scale. You need to have huge volume. Ads are a great kind of third rail value-added service. You could think about it that way. But it's something that happens a little bit later in the life cycle than these. These value-added services are providing much more hard, tangible utility earlier on that can help you get to the type of volumes you need to successfully roll out an advertising solution. But those are basically the three, the first two being financing and logistics. Other interesting thing is you've got now Uber Eats rolling out doing cannabis orders in Ontario, Canada. Now, this is down to the consumer. This isn't on the B2B side. So The ride-hailing giant says it'll begin allowing customers in Ontario, Canada, so Canada, it's legalized on the federal level, to begin ordering cannabis through the Uber Eats app. Uber Eats will begin listing the cannabis retailer Tokyo Smoke on its marketplace. You can buy a hamburger. Now you can buy weed from Tokyo Smoke. I love the cannabis space just because when you look at financing solutions and logistics solutions, you can't use any of the incumbents. And so because in the United States, the federal government doesn't allow it. So that means that you really have to kind of reimagine a lot of these very traditional needs from scratch. And that's the cool thing when you think about kind of like a greenfield, pun intended, opportunity for these kinds of value-added service kind of add-ons and bundles, which was really the thing that gave Alibaba its ability to do Ant Financial, and Ant Financial launch a consumer-oriented kind of payment app, was because China has prevented basically credit cards from operating at any sort of scale or penetration in China. So you didn't have the incumbents in China, which then really allowed for this QR code and financial payment flow, payment consumer experience to take off very aggressively. Now, you have seen a number of players move into financing and logistics, but now you're starting to see the big marketplaces, surprise, surprise, who have demand and have supply, bundle their own solutions in. It's great. You can kind of see the natural flow for how these businesses, particularly these marketplaces, evolve. And when you get that visibility, when you can kind of see where what they're arriving at, what that endpoint is that they're trying to arrive at, therein lies an opportunity. Hi, I'm Alex. Thanks for watching the show. Make sure to hit that subscribe button, but even better, make sure to follow us on Odyssey, follow us on Rumble, and text us 203-646-5159. Text the word Monopoly. You'll be subscribed. You'll get updates about when we're going live, our latest videos, and we'll send you even a little goodie bag. And in the event that we all get banned from big tech, we'll still be connected.